A Southern Kentucky City Council meeting became heated last night over a wastewater treatment method. The issue surrounds a substance called leachate. It is a liquid formed by rainwater that flows over landfill waste. The controversy surrounds what is going on in Somerset, as that substance is diluted or treated at a wastewater treatment plant. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what took place at that meeting and what's next in the debate.
The concern shared by dozens at last night's City Council meeting was over a substance that's called leachate. It is a substance that they fear that is getting into Lake Cumberland, causing a lot of problems for people's health and even the local economy. A large crowd gathered at Monday night's Somerset City Council meeting. Many people wanting the city to no longer accept the treatment of leachate at the Pittman Creek water facility. It's not geographically next to Lake Cumberland, but people say leachate can make its way into the lake by the wastewater treatment process. After a heated meeting, the council voted unanimously to end the treatment process.
The leachate contains could contain 2,500 man-made chemicals that serve various purposes, and they're harmful and they don't degrade or deteriorate. That's why they're called forever chemicals. When they're in the water or the ground, they stay.
And this was the EPA's mandate on landfills, because that water used to just go right into the groundwater. It would stay in our system. So they collect it, and then it's sent to one of these treatment centers so that it can get diluted, treated, and then reintroduced into our water system, and then treated again before it becomes drinking water.
The city of Somerset is receiving some money from this process, receiving so many cents per gallon from the company that is bringing this substance into Somerset and diluting it, therefore, at the water treatment plant. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Phil, thank you. Mayor Keck says because of the vote last night, the city will start the process to end the treatment of leachate in Somerset. The visitation for former longtime Eastern Kentucky State Representative Hubert Collins begins in about half an hour at Jones Preston Funeral Home in Paintsville. Collins was a Johnson County native and served as the District 97 representative from 1991 to 2017. Current District 97 Representative Bobby McCool says Collins loved everyone.
We certainly appreciate the years that he served as state representative for the 97th District. 26 years he served. Hubie loved his community, he loved our state, he loved his wife Bee.
Tonight at 6, McCool talks about the legacy. Many people knew him as Hubie leaves behind. Hubert Collins was 86. More than 2 million sledgehammers are being recalled over injury concerns. Some of those were sold here in Eastern Kentucky. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says DeWalt, Stanley, Fatmax, and Craftsman fiberglass sledgehammers are being recalled. They are all made by Stanley Black & Decker. The commission says the heads of the sledgehammers can loosen prematurely and detach unexpectedly. Officials have received reports of the sledgehammers causing injuries. The products were sold at hardware stores nationwide as well as online. The Consumer Product Safety Commission advises owners of the sledgehammers to stop using them immediately and contact Stanley Black & Decker.
Well, cloud cover with us out there today, and not everywhere though, but one of the spots seeing that is a little bit on the cooler side this afternoon. Here is the view from UVA-wise as we get the latest image in from the web server. Not looking too bad out there at this hour. There you see some of the blue sky sneaking in under the high cloudiness, mid-50s out there. Everywhere else though, low to mid-60s with plenty of sunshine sneaking through some of the filtered cloud cover there. It's a good 5 to 10 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, so a slow warming trend kind of on the way, but it won't last too long. We're chilly again tonight, even as clouds increase through the next 12 hours, mid-50s by past nightfall, and we fall into the 40s tonight. In fact, some of us are under frost advisories again as we head through tonight. Steve, I'll detail who's under that frost advisory and when it expires and when we could see temperatures back near normal, if only temporarily, in a few minutes.
Evan, thank you. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin is threatening to repeal the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act. The West Virginia senator says he will take that action if the legislation is not implemented as planned. Senator Manchin helped craft and pass the bill last year. He says the bill was about energy security, but that the administration is focused on the environment and has yet to address energy security since the bill passed. Manchin also blasted President Biden for refusing to negotiate with Republicans on the debt ceiling. House GOP leaders are pushing for a floor vote tomorrow. Manufacturing giant 3M announced mass layoffs this morning as it joins others in the manufacturing sector bracing for a possible recession. The company, which owns popular brands like Post-it notes and Scotch tape, plans to lay off 6,000 workers worldwide. That's on top of the 2,500 manufacturing jobs 3M cut in January. The new layoffs are part of a major restructuring plan that will include several management changes. Working late nights, inflexible schedules, or having no paid sick leave can have a big impact on your mental health. The CDC says about 1 in 37 working adults experienced serious psychological distress in 2021. Some experienced negative feelings so severe that it impaired social and occupational functioning and required treatment. Experts say a lack of control is at the heart of many of these work conditions linked to poor mental health. Netflix is making a huge investment in South Korea. The company plans to invest $2.5 billion during the next 4 years to produce Korean TV shows, movies, and reality shows. According to Netflix, 4 out of 10 all-time most-watched non-English TV shows are Korean. Those include Squid Game, All of Us Are Dead, The Glory, and Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Harry Belafonte, the king of Calypso, died this morning at the age of 96. His publicist says the cause was congestive heart failure, and the legendary musician's wife was by his side. In a career that spanned decades, the Grammy winner was known for his activism just as much as his music and movies. CBS's Michael George takes a look back at his life and legacy.
Harry Belafonte catapulted up the music charts in the 50s with the Banana Boat song and that signature lyric.
What's so wonderful about the song is that not only do people love to sing it all over the world, but it speaks about my childhood, and it talks about a place in which I grew up in Jamaica.
His breakthrough album, Calypso, became the first LP in the world to sell over 1 million copies within a year. The Jamaican-American pop star had another big hit with Jump in the Line.
She's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body on time.
Belafonte was born in New York City in 1927 and served in World War II. In 1993, he spoke to CBS about the biggest influencers on his life.
Paul Robeson, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, Lead Belly, a great folk singer. Yeah, you know, guy out of prison.
Belafonte was passionate about fighting for social justice and his humanitarian work. He marched in the civil rights movement and was a steadfast voice for the black community.
Harry Belafonte standing next to Dr. King.
He became one of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s confidants.
I had listened to him, completely fascinated with his view of struggle, his fear that he had taken on this task, and he was anointed with a responsibility he thought he was not quite prepared for.
Belafonte received many accolades during his career. In 1960, the multifaceted actor and musician became the first black performer to win an Emmy Award for a television special. He also won a Tony and 3 Grammy Awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award. Michael George, CBS News.
Had a long life, Harry Belafonte, dead at 96. He was also the first African-American television producer. Ed Sheeran was in court in New York today. Sheeran is being sued over his song, Thinking Out Loud. The heirs of Ed Townsend, the co-writer of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On, claim there are striking similarities within the two songs. Townsend's family says it violates their copyright.
All I'm expecting is his name to be honored and his work and his legacy, and the fact that I want all artists' intellectual properties protected by the individuals who oversee our royalties.
The lawsuit was filed in 2017. The trial is expected to last up to 2 weeks in a Manhattan federal courtroom. Coming up as First at 4 continues, Wall Street traders are talking